American Idol has long been one of the most recognizable names in reality television, and for years it defined what a singing competition could be with its mix of raw auditions, unforgettable contestants, and tense live shows. It became a global phenomenon, shaping the careers of household names like Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood, Jennifer Hudson, Adam Lambert, and many others. But as the show has evolved, fans say it has lost much of its original magic, and a loud conversation is unfolding across social media where viewers are demanding better and specifically asking producers to return to the old format that first made Idol a sensation. What fans are describing is not a small complaint but a widespread frustration that the show no longer feels like the people's competition. In its early seasons, Idol thrived on the idea that anyone from anywhere could step onto the stage, sing their heart out, and change their life forever. Viewers tuned in for the sense of unpredictability and discovery. Each week felt like an event, and the audience believed their votes truly mattered. This season, however, many are saying that Idol has drifted too far into polished, overproduced territory with fast-moving episodes, predictable storylines, and a voting system that no longer inspires confidence. What fans seem to want most is a return to authenticity and to the structure that once made the show feel like a national obsession. When fans talk about the old format, they point to several key features that have either been minimized or completely removed over the years. First are the auditions. Idol was once famous for letting audiences see thousands of hopefuls line up across the country, with each city holding massive cattle call events. Those episodes were filled with a wide variety of talent, from breathtaking singers who shocked the judges to outrageous personalities who became watercooler talk the next day. Viewers say the current audition episodes are shorter, more tightly edited, and often focus too heavily on judge banter or backstory packages rather than giving time to the contestants themselves. Fans want to see the return of raw auditions where the singer and the song were the focus, not the editing tricks or extended montages. For many people, it was those unforgettable audition moments, think of William Hung or the first time America saw Kelly Clarkson, that gave Idol its staying power and created the sense that anyone really could walk in off the street and become a star. Another part of the old format fans are nostalgic for is the way the live shows used to unfold. In the early seasons, contestants had to tackle themed performance nights where they sang songs from specific decades, genres, or artists. That structure pushed singers out of their comfort zones and often produced legendary performances. Now many feel the themes have become looser or too repetitive, giving less opportunity for contestants to showcase range and versatility. Viewers also miss the dedicated results shows, which stretched the suspense and allowed for deeper dives into performances. Instead, eliminations today are often crammed into the same broadcast as performances, making it feel rushed and less dramatic. Fans argue that this has stripped away the emotional build-up that once had families on the edge of their seats waiting to see who America had chosen. The role of the judges has also become a flashpoint of criticism. When Idol first aired, Simon Cowell, Paula Abdul, and Randy Jackson created an unpredictable mix of blunt honesty, warmth, and musical expertise. Simon became famous for his cutting critiques, Paula for her emotional support, and Randy for his cool balance. Together they created a dynamic that was as compelling as the contestants themselves. Now fans say the panel feels too safe, with judges often delivering only mild feedback or sugar-coated criticism. Some argue that producers prefer positivity because it makes for easier television, but longtime viewers insist it robs the show of authenticity and drama. One fan post that went viral on X summed it up bluntly: Idol used to tell the truth even when it hurt, now it just tells stories. Whether or not viewers always agreed with Simon Cowell's brutal honesty, they respected that the show was not afraid to be real. Voting is another issue driving demands for the old format. In the early days, voting felt transparent. Fans dialed phone numbers and stayed up late to ensure their favorite singer advanced. The process was slower, but it gave the audience a sense of control. Now, with app-based and online voting systems, viewers complain that the process feels rushed and manipulated. Some even question whether votes are truly counted fairly or whether producers steer outcomes behind the scenes. Posts across Reddit and fan forums express frustration that eliminations sometimes seem to favor contestants with big backstories rather than those with the strongest voices. Whether true or not, that perception has eroded trust in the system, leaving fans calling for a return to the straightforward voting process that gave them confidence in their role in shaping the competition. The nostalgia for the old Idol format is not just about missing the past, it also connects to broader concerns about how the show fits into today's crowded television landscape. With so many reality competitions vying for attention, from The Voice to America's Got Talent, Idol can no longer rely on being the only major platform for undiscovered singers. Fans argue that Idol should lean harder into its legacy and unique identity rather than blending in with shows that emphasize flashy production and celebrity judges. One fan wrote on Facebook, "Idol became famous because it felt real. Now it feels like everything else. Why would I watch this over any other show?" Another chimed in with, "Bring back results night, bring back real critiques, bring back the Idol that made stars, not just contestants." These sentiments have spread widely across social platforms, with hashtags like #BringBackRealIdol trending during live episodes. Critics also point to the ratings as evidence that the current format is not working. While the show still draws respectable numbers compared to other network offerings, it is far from the powerhouse it once was when tens of millions tuned in every week. Declines in viewership are partly explained by changes in how audiences consume television. Streaming and on-demand viewing have fragmented the market. But fans insist the drop is also tied to the fact that the show no longer feels must-watch. They argue that if Idol returned to its old formula, stretching out performances, results and suspense, it could rebuild some of its cultural dominance. After all, they note that nostalgia-fueled reboots and revivals across television and film prove audiences are hungry for the classics. The demand for the old Idol is part of that larger trend. For many longtime fans, the call for change is deeply personal. Parents who watched the show with their children in the early 2000s now watch with those same kids as teenagers or young adults, but instead of feeling the same excitement, they are often disappointed that the show has shifted so dramatically. A parent wrote in one online forum, "I introduced Idol to my daughter because it was part of my life, but she doesn't get it. She says it feels rushed and fake. I want her to see the Idol I grew up on." The emotional connection that generations of viewers have with Idol is precisely why the backlash now feels so significant. It is not just about television formats, but about memories, traditions, and the idea that a show can bring people together. The big question is whether producers and network executives will listen. Industry insiders suggest that change is possible but unlikely to fully return to the old style. Modern television economics make it difficult to dedicate entire nights to results shows or to allow for slower pacing. Advertisers want quick action and networks face stiff competition for viewers' attention. Still, the pressure from fans is growing louder each week, and some believe producers may eventually compromise by reintroducing elements of the old format, perhaps dedicating more time to live performances, revamping auditions, or making voting more transparent. Even small changes could help restore confidence and enthusiasm among disillusioned fans. Ultimately, the demands for Idol to return to its old format highlight something bigger than just television nostalgia. It shows how powerful American Idol once was as a cultural touchstone and how deeply fans still care about its legacy. Whether or not the show makes dramatic changes, the fact that this conversation is dominating social media proves Idol still matters. Fans are not ready to give up on the show they helped build. They just want it to honor its roots. As one viral post stated, "We made Idol great, we can make it great again if they listen." For now, the ball is in the producers' court. If they continue with the current direction, they may risk alienating more of their longtime audience and watching ratings decline further. But if they embrace the feedback and bring back the elements that defined Idol at its best, they could reignite the passion that once made the show an unstoppable force. Viewers are waiting anxiously, not just to see who will win this season, but to see if the producers will hear their voices. After all, the promise of American Idol has always been that the people decide, and right now the people are speaking loudly. They want better and they want the old Idol back. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Talent Spotlight Idol YouTube channel for more update news.